welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Too Faced Christmas Coffee eyeshadow palette. If you do want to see a review and a demo, then please keep watching. As a huge favor, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment anything down below. I greatly appreciate it. I read all the comments and I will do my best to reply back. This palette retails for $27 at Sephora, Ulta Beauty, and Too Faced online. I do want to read a little bit about this palette on Sephora's website. A palette that includes 8 tasty shadows that warm you up like a hot latte on a cool morning. And then it goes on to say this limited edition eyeshadow palette is scented like Christmas morning coffee. It contains 8 Christmas coffee inspired multi-finish shades, 5 creamy mattes, 2 sweet metallics, and 1 festive shimmer. Here's a closer look at what the packaging looks like. It says Too Faced Christmas Coffee Bite-Size Eyeshadow Palette. When you flip it over on the back, there's a little description and then you have the ingredients. On top of the packaging, you have the shade names. On the bottom of the packaging, you have the barcode. On this side, it states that this eyeshadow palette was made in the USA, and then on this side, it's printed in a different language. So let's go ahead and open this up. Here's what the actual eyeshadow palette looks like. It does match the outer packaging. It says Too Faced Christmas Coffee, and then on the back you have the shade names. Let's open up this eyeshadow palette. So pretty. Here's what all 8 shadows look like, and it does come with a decent sized mirror. I do want to see if it does smell like coffee. I'm not getting a coffee scent. It smells more of a pine cone scent. Doesn't smell like coffee at all. Let's start with the swatches. The first shade is called Cool Whip. Super soft in the pan. Cool Whip is described as a light warm cream. I'm just gonna go over it. The next shade is called Warm Me Up. Another soft matte. Warm Me Up is described as a soft caramel brown. The next shade is called Cinnamon Chai. Cinnamon Chai is described as a deep red brown terracotta. The next shade is called Holly, S-H-I-T. That shade is gorgeous. Holly, S-H-I-T is described as a sparkling forest green. That's beautiful. I'm gonna go over it. The first shade in the bottom row is called Beautiful Day. Beautiful Day is described as a petal pink. The next shade is called Slow Roasted. Slow Roasted is described as a rustic copper. Ooh, that's pretty. The second to last shade is called Candy Cane Latte. Candy Cane Latte is described as a metallic cranberry red. Another beautiful shimmer. The last shade in the palette is called Christmas Coffee. Christmas Coffee is described as a rich, deep brown. Super pigmented. Here's what all 8 eyeshadows look like swatched on the back of my hand. Now we're going to create a look using this palette. Taking a clean fluffy brush, I'm going to dip into the shade in Warm Me Up and apply this all over the crease. Going back and forth using windshield wiper motions. That shadow blended out so easily. Using that same brush, I'm going to dip into the shade in Cinnamon Chai. Apply that just on my outer V, doing circular motions. Swapping my brush for a clean flat brush, we're going to dip into the shade Holly, S-H-I-T, and apply that in the center of the lid. Wow, that green shadow is super pigmented. Taking a clean flat brush, we're going to dip into the shadow in Candy Cane Latte. Apply this in the inner portion of my lid, blending in both of those shadows together. That's super pretty. Taking a pencil brush, we're going to dip into the shade in Slow Roasted. Apply this in the inner corner. Taking a clean flat brush, we're going to dip into the shadow in Cool Whip. Apply this right underneath the brow bone for a little bit of highlight, kind of blending it into, going back and forth. Taking a clean brush, I'm just going to go over it a little bit because it's a little bit too harsh with the flat brush. That's much better. Here's what everything looks like. For mascara, I'm going to apply the Rare Beauty Volumizing Mascara. For lips, I'm going to apply the Too Faced Hangover Lip Balm. Here's what everything looks like. There were two shades in this eyeshadow palette that I did not use on my eyes today. This shade in Beautiful Day and Christmas Coffee. My final thoughts on the Too Faced Christmas Coffee eyeshadow palette is that I really do like it. I loved how all the eyeshadows swatched on the back of my hand. They were super pigmented. I definitely prefer the Christmas Coffee palette versus the Forbidden Fruitcake palette. Even though both eyeshadow palettes do have similar shadows, I'll show you what both eyeshadow palettes look like side by side. They both have similar matte shades and shimmer shadows. The only thing that's different is that in the Forbidden Fruitcake palette, there's this duochrome shade, whereas in the Christmas Coffee palette, you just have this beautiful green shadow. But I would prefer the Christmas Coffee palette over the Forbidden Fruitcake palette. I love this mint green packaging. I wish Too Faced would have added a similar shade inside of the palette. I wish Too Faced would have just made one palette instead of these two mini 8-pan palettes. Overall, I really do like this eyeshadow palette, and I think it would be a great stocking stuffer. If you have not seen my review on the Forbidden Fruitcake palette, I'll leave it right over here in the cards if you guys are interested. Let me know in the comments down below if you plan on picking up the Christmas Coffee palette or if you already have it in your collection. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.